Hey guys, this is Locke. This video is going to be all about the raid boss that's coming up, and I actually very highly recommend everyone does this raid boss because there are two very good, compelling reasons why everyone should do it. You don't have to, max it out, but I really highly, strongly suggest that most people do it to. There are certain levels that you need to get to, so that I'll talk about it. So the first thing, before I get into the raid boss, I want to actually talk about the item that you get from the raid boss, and this is one of the reasons why I think that you should do it. So the first reason you should do it is because of this item. Now let's just take a look. I'm like, sure, it has like either 10 defense, 10 spirit, or 15 accuracy. Let's forget about the stats. Let's look at the actual passive effects. So even if this item is at +0, it gets 25% poison resist, 25% paralyze resist, 25% petrify resist, 25% confusion resist, and 25% sleep resist. When you get it to +5, only the accuracy component increases from 0 accuracy all the way to 20 accuracy. So the first reason that you should do this is because all of these status effects resistance is going to be really, really good, especially for certain PvE stages. This is an accessory, so you can equip it on anyone. So if you're fighting some kind of boss that does, say, confusion to everyone every other turn or something, you can farm 5 of these and equip this on all 5 units. And again, they don't have to be 5+5 of them. You just need like 5+0, and that's fine. So you can have, say, for example, 2 defense ones and 3 spirit ones, or however you want to mix it up. Maybe you can have like 5 defense or whatever. I'll probably mix it up like, say, uh, 2 or 3 defenses and 2 or 3 spirit, something like that is probably what I would go for. Um, and yeah, I mean, there are stages where a lot of these things spam different status effects. Like there are some mobs that spam petrify. So this is going to be a very nice piece of equipment to help you deal with that. And again, this is very easy because you only need a +0. You don't have to get it all the way to +5. The +5 version is beneficial, and I'll get to that in a second. But so I strongly suggest that everyone farms this just to actually make, say, like 5 pieces of this that are +0. That's really all you need, and I think that should be set for PvE, because I do see that these status effects, they do come up here and there, and now that they've given this item to us, I think they can say, oh well, since we've given you a way to deal with it, we can actually start putting in more status effects into the mobs. That's how I would think of it as a developer. I don't know if that's how they're thinking about it, but there are cases already that I think those like Marlboro monsters spam like petrify and confusion or something, and there are many mobs that actually spam paralyze as well. So again, strongly suggest at least get 5+0 of these items. Now, if you want to max this out, because it gives you +20 accuracy at the end, what I would do is, if I'm gonna make a +5 version of this, I would make a accuracy +5, like an aim +5 version, and then I would make, say, like 2 or 3 defense versions and 2 or 3 spirit versions, and that's how I would get my 5. Is it necessary to make a +5? Yes and no. I mean, for me personally, I already have the Alexandrite ring, and that gives me 40 accuracy. So now this would give me, say, 35 accuracy with all these status effects, which would be great. Is that worth the loss of 5 accuracy? I think so. I think this is an upgrade to the Alexandrite ring. But if you already have a +5 Alexandrite ring and you really don't want to, farm all the way up to a +5 again, I think that's fair. I don't think you need to do that, but I think, again, I very strongly and highly suggest that you do make like 5 of these +0 ones. I probably will try to go for a +5 because I think all these status effects on the item is great, and it's worth the loss of 5 accuracy. That's how I feel. So I will probably be making a 1+5, and I'll probably be making like 5 or 6 of the +0 versions of these for PvE scenarios. Now, the second reason why I think that people should be doing this, let me see if I can go to the raids. So where is the boss? Okay, a total of 17 raids are found. It's the Choco. Oh, this one. Here it is. So the second reason is actually not listed here, but it was listed in the notices. If you don't believe me for some reason, or you want to confirm, you can actually go to the notices right now, and it tells you that once you are able to spawn the level 5 version of the rare boss, you actually get a MR vision card for free. So how do you spawn, like if you are like completely new to raids or something and you don't know anything about this rare boss, how do you spawn this rare boss? Well, sometimes it happens by luck. As you are spawning raids, you get a lucky raid and this rare boss pops up and you need to kill it, and then the next time the rare boss pops up, it'll have gone up in level, so it would have started at level 1 and then it would have gone to level 2, and then it goes all the way up to 10. After level 10, it just keeps repeating. But that is a rare spawn. However, the spawn of the rare boss is also guaranteed after every 20 of the normal bosses. So if you are unlucky and you don't spawn this raid, the rare raid, after you kill or after you spawn this normal raid boss for 20 times, a gauge fills up, and the next time you spawn a raid boss, it'll definitely be this rare version. So that means if you are the unluckiest person in the world and you don't get any rare boss spawns from luck, you have to take this normal rare boss all the way to level 100 to get this vision card. So is that worth it? I mean, so let's take a look at the vision card, right? The vision card that we're getting. Oops, I clicked on esper. I don't want to go through all that, so I'm just gonna go to water. Okay, this is the vision card that we're getting, right? And I think the vision card isn't that spectacular. I mean, sure, like an increase in agility for the whole party at 10% is not bad, but it's only limited to water, so you can only use this with water units. So I think and the water attack, the party effect of water attack 20, I think that's pretty good too. That's probably similar to, say, the Thundercat vision card esper for thunder units. So this is kind of similar to that card, but for water teams. So I mean, the card is okay. It's not. I don't think it's great, but I think it's okay. I think the reason the Thunder one stands out for Thunder allies is because there is no other like Thunder plus 35 lightning attack vision card. But there are tons of. I think there's at least 2 water plus 35 water attack. So this plus 20 water attacks are not as impressive because we already have a couple of UR vision cards that give you plus 35 water attack already. But having one card that gives you plus 20 water attack, some luck, and agility on the party bestowed effect, it might not be bad. It might be worth the slot. Obviously, in like class matches, it's only cost 50, so it might be okay. But that's not the main selling feature for me anyway. I think the best thing about this is the esper. I think the MR esper is actually really, really good. So if I go by water, oops, I click lightning and I click light. Okay, water. There we go. So these are the 4 that we have access to. And of these, in the global version, I have to look at the JP version because the global version's new esper is not released yet. But the Leviathan esper, we don't have the EX upgrade yet. So we are stuck at level 80, and at level 80 he can only get an agility of 80. Sorry, why am I saying 80? He can only get an agility bonus of, I think, 12 or 13. I think it's 13 actually. And at the EX level, like when he gets his level 99 upgrade, the agility goes up to 14. And just for reference, let's just take a quick look at his skills. He basically gets 25 water attack, and he gets pierce attack up, and increase critical damage. So this is like the esper that I'm using for Titus a lot because it gives you water attack and it gives you critical damage up, which is, I mean, he already does a lot of crit attacks. So critical damage up is, I think, really good, and obviously water attack is great. But I think this esper, the MR one that came out, is way better. So first of all, his agility is matching the level 99 version of Leviathan, so it's higher. I mean, obviously you have to upgrade this to level 99, otherwise you don't, you don't get the extra benefit. But once you level this 99, it is better than the current level 80 version of the Leviathan we have in terms of agility. I don't know about the other stats, but I think the attack is higher on Leviathan, like the flat attack. But what really stands out to me is the skill tree, because not only does this guy get 25 water attack and increase critical damage, he already gets the same thing as a Leviathan in that aspect, but he also gets slash attack. So he gets plus 15 slash attack, and he gets plus 11, is it 11? No, it's plus 15% attack nodes. So he gets 25 water attack, 15 slash attack, crit nodes if you want to take a crit damage nodes, and he gets like 15% attack as well. Whereas the Leviathan gets a different uh, what is it, like instead of the attack nodes, I think he gets like confusion resist or something. Let's just quickly take a look. Yeah, he gets increased confusion resist by 7, and then he gets like a fire killer or something instead, where the attack nodes were. So I think, for Titus, I think this guy is a lot better. And I mean, the thing with like MR espers, in my opinion, is that I typically don't like pulling for them, MR espers or MR vision cards, because I feel like, I pull enough from like random free draws and things like that here and there that I'm sure that I will get it at some point. But I feel like the Thundercat Esper, I pulled for it right away because I really wanted to use that Esper in the class match. If I could have got the shards from the Mog Shop, I would have, but I wasn't able to max it for the class match, so I had to, I had to wait to be able to max it, and I wasn't able to use it for CM. So if you really like CM and you're planning to use Titus in the next CM, I would highly recommend you get this. Like, you don't have to, you don't have to pull for it, but if you can take your rare raid boss to level 5, you get this card for free, and by getting the card for free, you get the Esper for free, and it's a very powerful Esper. I think it's probably the best one for Titus right now, right? So I mean, even in JP, like after Leviathan gets his upgrade, this is still the best Esper. So like, I really like it. I mean, I really like using Titus as well. So I am definitely going to be maxing this Esper. So those are, in my opinion, the two reasons why I highly suggest people do this. The first one I think is enough of a reason anyway, is to build like 5+0 versions of the item, as I already talked about. But the second reason, I mean, if for some reason you're like, I don't really need this card or this Esper right now, I'll just wait to get it maybe in like a month or something, and then I'll build the Resonance at that point. I'm not planning to use Titus for CM anyway, so I don't want to go through the hassle. Okay, fine, that's okay. You don't have to play it the way that I tell you. Like, I can recommend it, but then if you say, hey, that's not worth the effort, like, getting this card for free or this Esper for free is not worth the effort, I'm probably going to get it in a month or something, that's totally fair. It's just my opinion. And if you disagree with it, that's okay as well. But still, I still very highly recommend that you get that +0 one. Like, at least five of those for different stages that you might need it for in the future. Anyway, so now that we've talked about the benefit of doing the raid, let's actually talk about the raid for a little bit, right? So, when I looked at the bonus units that we get for this raid, these are not the same units. We actually got a few different ones, but I do remember that the top 50% units were Dwayne, Camillo, and the UR Zazan, like Unkillable Zazan. And I also remember that the Irresistible Darkness VC also gave us a 50% effect as well. And since this is a light light raid that's weak to slash, I think Dwayne and Irresistible Darkness is probably the best the best way to go, like the fastest way to kill it, the one that'll do the most damage. Is it possible to solo it? I'm not sure. Like, can we solo this? Can we solo level 100 version of this with Dwayne? I would assume not, but I mean, maybe it's possible. But just as a guess, I'm gonna assume no. So I think most likely we'll probably have to duo it. And in my opinion, I think Dwayne plus Black Rose Helena is probably going to be one of the strongest duo teams to do this. So when I say duo, I mean, like, I'm going to be creating a room where I can bring my own 2 units and somebody else can bring their 2 units, but I'm not going to worry about them. Like, I'm just going to do it myself, so I get the extra bonus points. I can also solo it when I say if Dwayne can solo it, I mean I'm only sending in Dwayne by himself. Typically I would be doing it with 3 other people, but I find that raids take a very long time to complete when I'm waiting for other people to ready up and then trying to like get everybody to be on the same page. Sometimes people don't do what you want them to do, or sometimes they're on auto, or they're not on auto, or all kinds of things. So I prefer to just do it myself, and so I will try to solo it as much as I can to get to the highest level that I can with solo, probably with Dwayne and the Irresistible Darkness VC. And once I'm no longer able to do that, I will then try to duo it with him and Black Rose Helena. If you don't have the units that are like, if you don't have Dwayne, for example, or the Irresistible Darkness. Well, if you don't have Irresistible Darkness, you can try one of the other cards. You can try the I don't know what it's called, like whatever the black esper vision card thingy is next to Ramu. So you can try with that card, and if you still don't have that, you can also try with the Secret Orders vision card as well. That's only a 20% bonus, sure, but I mean it's better than nothing, right? And Dwayne would benefit from that because that gives extra agility and it gives slash attack. So that's not a bad card to stick on Dwayne if you don't have Irresistible Darkness VC. If you don't have it, or even if you don't have it maxed out, Secret Orders might be a different card that you can use instead. Now, if you don't have Dwayne, how would you approach this? Well, I mean, if you have Zazan, again, like whichever of the three units that you have that's leveled the most, try just taking that unit and doing this as high as you can. And maybe you have like a level 79 Camillo or something, and if you use him up to get to raid level 20, at least you get a 50% bonus by for the first 20 levels. That's not bad, right? Like 50% bonus is like more than half the coins, and you probably are getting some kind of bonus from the vision card as well. So that's not I would do that if I didn't have Dwayne or Zazan. I would probably just take Camillo. I think mine is at level 79 or something, so I would just take him and go as high as I can with him. So if you don't have the cards, that's what I would recommend you do. And then once you're unable to do that, then you have a few decisions to make. If you have some of the other units that like a 30% or 20% bonus unit, which for some reason you have maxed out, you can try soloing it. Like if you're able to solo it for like another, say, 20 levels or something, you can try going that way. But if you can't, one other thing you can do is if you have any of these units, like maybe you are the guy that got a level 1 Camillo sitting in the back and is not doing anything, something you can try doing then is you can stick that level 1 Camillo in your party with whatever your strongest unit is, because like these bonuses don't stack. So if I'm using Dwayne and Camillo, I don't get a 100% bonus. I only get a 50% bonus. So you're bringing a level 1 Camillo there, and you want him to be the lowest level with the slowest agility. You don't want to put an esper on him or anything because you don't want him to take turns. You just want him to be there for the bonus. And then you bring your actual like DPS unit. Maybe it's a Dark Clash unit, maybe it's Helena, maybe it's Runestern, whatever it is. You bring that in and you try to kill the boss with that. And you take that as high as you can. That's probably how I would approach it if I don't have Dwayne, or if I'm struggling to do it or something. Yeah, and if you don't have Black Rose Helena but you have Dwayne, another idea that you can do is maybe Dwayne plus Runestern. If you have Odua's what's it called, her TMR, because that also gives AP regen, so you can use Kiza's TMR and Odua's TMR. I'm probably saying her name wrong. I apologize, but I don't know how to pronounce these names. You can use both of those to regen AP, and that might work. So you would put one of those on Runestern and the other on Dwayne, and since both of them are Dark Slash units, I think that would probably also work to kill this. But the reason I think Helena is better is because she also has these like darkness down debuffs. So I don't need to be using the Twilight's whatever it's called for Dwayne to reduce the dark resist, because he typically likes to use his higher damage skills, so I don't need to turn those off to make sure he uses this, because Black Rose Helena will probably take care of that with her LB. And Black Rose Helena also has a very high AP pool, so I don't need to put a AP regen item on her. Additionally, she has like all these like insane AoEs, so it'll help to clear whatever mobs that this spawns with. So anyway, that is my like prep video for the raid. I thought I would get this out early to let you guys know, hey, I think you guys should do this at least for the first few levels to get like a few of those +0 items. And so I think it was worth it to put this out early, so that if you don't have any of these, if you don't have the resonance, maybe you have Camilo, and now you're thinking, hey, maybe I have a level 1 Camilo. Do I want to get him to level 79 and do the first 20 levels, or do I want to leave him at level 1, and then whenever I get to like level, say, 30 or something, I stick him with somebody else, and the second guy is going to be my carry. He's just going to be there for points, for like a 50% bonus points. Maybe we can do that. So I mean, I wanted to put all this information out early, so you have time to think about it and see how you want to go with it. Like, do you want to raise resonance? Which resonance do you want to put on the different units? This is classified as a nether beast, so that's basically like an esper. So you need an esper killer type of nodes on the different espers to tackle this. So anyway, I hope that helped. Yeah, I mean, I really hope that helped, and I hope you know you guys at least take my advice to make like 4 or 5 of those like +0 items, because I think it's really worth it. I think it'll be great for PvE because it just gives so many status effects. Anyway, that's it for me for now. So I will see you guys next time. Take care now. Bye.